Alright, good, I think that's working fine. So let's start this up. So, I'm just playing one of those sort of cheapo indie type games that came out, I think quite recently. But it's just, I thought this looked like quite a good game to stream and I've been enjoying it. So I haven't been on the last couple of days because I've had a bit of a coldy, like not full on flu, but a bit worse than a normal cold. So, let's resume where I was. Why is there a load of tapes on the floor? Wait, what? Who's fucked with my VHS rental place? Right, so drama, horror, drama. Yep. Have I got any spare shelves for drama, or are they all full? It's alright, I'll just put it on a mixed shelf. It's action, isn't it? Yep. Horror. Hopefully we get some people on. That's a new release one, because it's like the Alien rip-off. Right, let's reopen the shop because why is there more just bloody tapes on the floor? Movie horror. Yeah, hopefully we get some people on. So I've got enough chocolate for now on there. I'm kind of tempted just to sell the snack thing because the annoying thing with this in this game is that, like most of the snacks, you only make like less than $1 profit on them. You have to constantly restock them. Whereas like the slushy machine and that is like you buy it once and then it just makes you money.
Ooh.
Right, oh, there's some new films to rewind if the dickhead customers didn't rewind them. Oops.
Hey.
Whoops. Hopefully I didn't break them. Right, let's just put them on there and see what that customer wants. Alright, Rich, this is some weird game where you basically make a blockbuster video. Do you have any new release movies to recommend? Wow, yes, Karen, I've got a fucking new release thing right over here. Here you go. Enjoy your fucking VHS. So in this, you do get customers, because some customers are fucking Karens in this. Luckily, I've hired a cashier now, so I don't have to deal with everybody on the counter myself. If these are just both horrors, I'll put them just there. Oh, another VHS tape. Oh, they've returned it late. I hope they get a fucking fine. So yeah, I wasn't on the last couple of days just because like I said, it was like a bit worse than a cold, but not as bad as flu. But you know where you just feel a bit achy and don't really want to do much. So I had a couple of days where basically I'd listen to like stuff in bed, and like, you know, I'd be dressed and that, but I just didn't really feel like using a proper screen, because at least with my phone, if I started getting a headache, I could turn the screen off and just listen to whatever it was on there. Alright, what's this guy want? I reserved a copy of the movie Operation Heartbarn Assault. Do you have it for me? Sure. There it is, look.
Oh.
I bet kids watching this won't even know what like a blockbuster video was. There's a dodgy guy who sells porno tapes in this as well, Rich, so I'll definitely show him off if he turns up again. Where's my cashier gone? Where's my cashier? What's she up? She taking a break? Where's she gone? Oh, they take toilet breaks, do they? That's not very good. I didn't take a toilet break when I was playing this. Right. That's alright then. Right. How much change do I owe you? $6 dues. Right, so there we go. There's your change. Oh, the customer returned a rental after its due date. What's your excuse? A late fee? Oh yeah, my bus was running late the other day. I had to go to work before dropping off the movie. Right, you'll get let off this time. Next time I'll break your kneecaps.
Oh.
Money is tight these days. Yeah, no shit. Right, 260. There you go. Alright, you take over the cashier again, woman. That's your job. I reserved the movie The Couch, Our Last Guest. Sure, right. There it is, look, because we stuck it on the reserve shelf for you. No, I've got more tapes to rewind. Reserved? Okay. But you alright anyway, Rich? Like I said, I quite like games like this just for streaming, because they're quite good for just chatting while you do a sort of stupid thing. Oh, that's a reserved one as well. Oh, a late tape, a late tape. They better have a good excuse of it, right? Alright, Rajiv, I thought you'd really like this. This is like you work in a Blockbuster video kind of thing. Oh, there's some cunt on the phone. Oh no, oh no. Hi there, you have randomly been selected to win $250. Do you accept? This is not a scam call. Oh wow, I definitely accept it's not a scam call. I got $250, wow. That wasn't a scam. Okay, yeah. Action. Let's put the horror tapes back on the thing. I'm not going to do them alphabetical. Drama. The computer's time has come. Yeah, it's one of those cheap, just sort of indie games of, oh look, there's Wally. What's Wally buying? Well, at least all these people have rewound their tapes today. I think that, well, yeah, again, if I do a video, I have to be quite quick on that, because, like I said, the annoying thing is, like I said, I was ill for a couple of days and nothing really serious, but, you know, just where I didn't really feel like doing videos. So, like I say, I'm still ahead of time with all the scheduled videos, but the last couple of days I haven't filmed any new videos, or, had to rewind this one, bastard didn't rewind it. But, yeah, Dr. John Campbell's done some videos on it, hasn't he? But again, the closest I've come from a risk of meningitis, I swear I saw a UFO last night, I'm so excited. Do you have a science fiction movie to recommend? Right, okay. This one says it's got good reviews. There you go, you bin. There's your science fiction tape. But yeah, like I said, when I had mumps, I was at risk of meningitis. Because that's one that... What's she fucking doing? She said that hurt. What's fucking crazy customers. But yeah, when you get mumps, you have to be really careful you don't get meningitis as a knock-on effect of it when the mumps goes. But I've on purposely put the signage blue so it looks a bit more like Blockbuster, because that's not the default colour, but I thought I'd make it look as Blockbustery as possible. Oh, let's put those science fiction tapes back on. Nah, they're dramas. Do I have enough space on the drama shelves for those? Yeah. Because that one I'm mostly just using as like a spillover shelf when I'm just clocking the videos back in. Right, that's today's thing over. What day is it of the week? Because like I said, when it's the right day of the week, I think it's Tuesdays and Thursdays. Oh, there's like things you can claim, is there? You get this thing where like a dodgy man sells you porno tapes on the back. Yeah, tape dealer Tuesday and Thursdays. I assume I'm Saturday at the moment, so on Tuesday there, look, I can maybe buy some dodgy pornos from a man in an alleyway. But yeah, not nice weather at the moment, yeah, as well. But yeah, so like I said, that was one of the things. So with meningitis, like I said, I don't know all that much about it other than it's really bad if you get it. And it's apparently bacterial meningitis, isn't it, this current thing, not viral meningitis. Apparently bacterial meningitis is more serious, but you can give people an antibiotic you know, like, deal with it if you like, but you obviously have to give it them early enough. Right, how far can I go? Do not leave your store unattended. Okay, there's my coat. There's my worker. So I was just seeing what other sort of things are around here. Do 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 do. Somebody found one of the. Have you seen the video of that like thing where there's like those DVD vending machines, and there was one recently that was still alive, like a red box or whatever they're called. So I guess I can expand my store at some point. But I don't want to at the moment because I've already got. I'm not using up all the space in here yet. Right, can I get a free selection of shitty romance things? Yeah, you can because it's my first set of them. Radioactive bath, that sounds like my kind of film. I'm going to buy that. Octopus baking on a Sunday? Yeah, why not? Oh, that's the point. I better buy a shelf for the romance films. So I can organise properly and not look, wanna buy DVD? She did the rounds, what they like stolen from Woolworths, were they? Right, might as well buy the... Oh, there's a Tamagotchi there as well. Right, I might as well buy the biggest fucking shelf, because otherwise I'm going to run out of room on it. Should I know who Marion Stokes is? Or Marion Stokes is? Right, let's next change that shelf. We want the nice wood one. We want the blockbuster looking logo. I quite like that shelf personally, because it looks like it'd be harder for the tapes to fall off. Ah, so pirate stuff. I have to be careful what I say on YouTube in case YouTube thinks I'm advertising pirate stuff. And so if she was Asian, was it, oh, you want to buy DVD? Now I'll get done for racism, won't I? But, yeah, so I'll say, like, meningitis, like, saying the thing is, I couldn't really do, in all honesty for you, a good video on it, because, like I said, Dr. John Campbell's covered it, and for what I understand, this is pretty damn serious, because it's already killed a couple of people, and they think it might have, it's killed, like, a couple of students already, hasn't it, which is quite sad if they're, like, 17, 18-year-olds. But, like I said, meningitis is a bloody nasty thing, but, like I said, I don't know much about it, other than the fact that, you know, I was just very lucky when I had mumps that I didn't get meningitis afterwards. So I see I'm on level 7 at the moment. I can get the popcorn machine on level 8 working. Hi, I would like to reserve a movie. Do you have a copy of Killer Teacher in our home? Could you save it for me? Sure, you can have that movie. I don't know if these are like AI generated or not, these, but I wouldn't mind if they are, but it's quite funny if they are. Right, as soon as the snack's sold out, like I said, I'm going to sell the snack thing because it's a bit of a waste of space, that snack thing. Because, like saying I have to buy in, like, each bar is like you spend 50 cents on it or something, and then you sell it for $1. So you don't make much profit on it. But obviously, if you then, you know, the snack, like, shelving costs a load of money, and that, like I say, in the Slurpee machine, whatever you want to call it, the slushy machine, slush puppy machine, that you only have to, like, and I imagine it'll be the same with the popcorn machine and whatever this thing is, or the cotton candy. It's like you spend a load of money up front, but then you're just making pure profit on every sale of them, so they're quite a lot better in terms of how the game works. Right, open. Oh, I need to check in some films, don't I? Right, these people are all good. They rewound their tapes, so we don't have to kill them. And I'm making a joke for YouTube's sake there. But yeah, like I said, like meningitis, I don't really know much about it other than, like, it can cost you your limbs as well, can't it? Because it's one that can, like, some bastard didn't rewind the tape. But yeah, it's like one of those things where, so I think there was an MP in Parliament, wasn't there, that was like almost a whatever you call it. Quadriplegic, whatever the word is, when you lose all your limbs because meningitis really fucked him up. So it's like, yeah, it's one of those diseases where, thankfully, you don't get really proper outbreaks of it like we're getting at the moment very often. But it seems to be one of those really nasty things that if you get it, you need medical attention really quickly on. And that's the problem, is a lot of people think, oh, it's flu or whatever, you know, or just sleep it off and then it kills them or whatever. Yeah, fucks with your, nervous system, doesn't it, essentially? I've reserved a copy of Dr. Lane's Chosen Loaf. Alright, Oh, my stupid employee's gone on break again. Mount Dew, no change. I like that. Shoot, $13 change? You get some people in here that pay the equivalent of a £50 note as well. Alright, my employee's back. I reserved the movie, The Machine That Haunts the Graves. Sure. There you go.
Ooh.
That sounds good.
Hey.
I might actually be finally going to see a film at the cinema again quite soon, Rajiv, because I've not been literally, I don't think, in years for the cinema, but a couple of my mates want to see, is it called something like Hail Mary? It's like some sci-fi film that came out. I don't know much about it, but they wanted to see it, and again, I haven't been to the cinema in ages, so I was like, sure, why not? That was the only thing that actually looked remotely interesting at the cinema. Alright, Blippity Blop. Yeah, I've just got over a bit of a, like, worse than I'd say a cold, not as bad as flu. So I've had a couple of days where I've not been, like, streaming just because I've got headaches easily and that. Oh, the colour violet. Oh, no, you reserved one. Okay, so you're the reserved copy.
Ooh.
There's a part 3 of fucking Dune. How many versions does Villeneuve need to make? Or is this based on like Children of Dune or something? Because like I said, with what do you call it? Like obviously Lynch did the entire book in one film, even though it made it very rushed. But why would you need three films to do one book? Oh, it's based on Dune Messiah, right? Yeah. I've been waiting for the release of a Xenocat that just came out. Do you have a copy? Yeah, I do. Look, I've still got one. There you go. There's one there. You almost didn't get it because you didn't go straight to the counter where I had it. Alright, yeah. Like I said, with the book, I think it's up there somewhere on the shelf up there. I've got it somewhere. It's my dad's old one. I think it's Dune Messiah and Children of Dune in like a 3-part book, but I've only really read the first Dune properly a couple of times. And like I said, I actually really like David Lynch's Dune, even though most people hate that. So, although I think that's one of those films that's getting a bit more love now the new Dune's come out, because people appreciate for what it is. Hello, is it possible to reserve the teddy bear knocking at midnight? Yes. Yeah, I like Spice Diver's cut. I recommended that to my film after you watched the Lynch one. I think they've still got that on like the Internet Archive, haven't they? So it's not even when you actually have to torrent or whatever. The TV miniseries of Dune was pretty good, but it's got like no budget for the actors other than Ian McNeice as Harkonnen. So it's like one of those weird ones that where, like, in some ways I really like it, but in other ways it's really shit. Like, the CGI is, like, episode 1 tier. Yeah, again, like, the thing is with Lynch's Dune, wasn't it, was, like, they didn't even give Lynch final cut. Because they were like, oh, it takes too long and all that. Oh, he was the one that reserved this film. But yeah, because, like, again, the thing is with Lynch's Dune is, it was basically, it seemed like Lynch had done a really good job with all the stuff he'd filmed. And then it was like a problem of like then the studio going like, oh no, it's too long. This is too long. The audience doesn't want to sit through a film this long. And then they had somebody who didn't really know much about it cut out lots of important bits. Because, Like, one of the weirdest scenes that's cut from the cinematic version of Dune, even though you can actually find the scene in, like, 1080p, is the bit where they, like, spit on the floor, and it's, like, about the importance of water. You know, the bit, and then you see the, like, reflection of the moon. It's where, like, Patrick Stewart's playing that cool guitar thing. The Chapman stick, or whatever it is. But... like I said, that is cut for some reason, because whoever got final cut of the thing was like, oh, don't need that scene. Balisette was it? Yeah, also, that was the film, wasn't it, that made Lynch stop working with Hollywood, because again, he'd done The Elephant Man before that, and then, yeah, he felt so pissed off how he was treated with Dune that, was that the guy saying he had the reserve copy? I wasn't really reading what he said. So yeah, but like saying that's the sad thing of that is David Lynch could have done some really good, like, bigger budget films. He just got really pissed off with Hollywood and how he was treated, didn't he? So oh, they're all returning the Not Alien film. Oh, that person didn't rewind their tape. But again, like, I really like Lynch's Dune for, like, the Toto soundtrack. There's one Brian Eno track as well, isn't there? The Prophecy theme. But yeah, like, the Toto soundtrack is really good for it. Like, the costume design and everything is excellent. Like I said, it's very much, you can see how it inspired 40K. Yeah, exactly, like saying... because, like, that's the thing, it's like, both with David Lynch, this is, like, the funny thing, like, liked originally, like, most of what Lynch had done, like you're saying, the original script. And it's like how... what's his name liked oh, what's it I was thinking of, is it Bob Kane that really liked Batman 89, even though, like, the Batman fans like, oh, actually this is a really bad Batman film, even though, like, one of the authors of the original Batman comic really loved Batman 89. So it's, you get this weird stuff where, like, sometimes I think the author appreciates it more than some of the fans you can never please. Because the really weird ones to me are the fans that go on about how good Jodorowsky's Dune would have been, even though he was saying himself that it would have been like a rape off the book. So it's kind of like, why do you hold such high praise on the film that never even got made because the guy blew his budget without filming anything? Yeah, the weird thing is, Batman Returns, wait, which one's Batman Returns? That's the Danny DeVito one, isn't it? Like I said, that's the one, weirdly, I don't like very much. I think that's my least favourite of all of them, and I can't really tell you why, because in all ways I should like it, because I really like Batman 89, yeah. But I don't know, it just to me feels a bit kind of like too dark and a bit like nasty, that one. Whereas like Batman and Robin I can just enjoy for what it is, and like I said, the one with Jim Carrey in. Yeah, that's weird, because personally, yeah, because they actually kind of have the insect sort of look, do they, don't they? Yeah, that's the thing, I think, is probably... Again, it's one of those films that I might rewatch at some point and then just really enjoy it. But every time I've tried to watch it, I've never liked it as much as 89. I mean, like, 89 is my favourite Batman by quite a margin. Yeah, same. But Videodrome is Cronenberg, isn't it? And RoboCop is Paul Van Hoven, whatever he's called, Van der Hoven, whatever his name is. I can never remember his name right. But the Dutch guy that did Starship Troopers, RoboCop. What was the other really good one he did? I know he did like Soldier of Orange and that, like much older films. But there's a Verhoeven film I'm completely forgetting now. Out of, like, his really famous ones. Like I said, RoboCop and Starship Troopers are really famous. Total Recall, but there's one I thought that was really famous as well, I just can't think of at the moment. Unless I'm mixing him up, maybe, with one of his films with, what's his name? Cameron, that did the Terminator in it. It might be that I'm thinking because Verhoeven did RoboCop that he did Terminator 2, which he didn't. But I thought there was a film that, let me just look him up, because, again, it's weirding me out now. No, it wasn't Hollow Man. Didn't even know he did Hollow Man, but I quite like Hollow Man, the Kevin Bacon one where he goes invisible. And then he's not very nice. Yeah, like that version of the Invisible Man. Paul Verhoeven, because he's Dutch. He's a Dutch filmmaker, Paul Verhoeven. Alright, see you, Blippity Blop. I probably won't be streaming the next couple of days because I'm going to see some friends. So it'd be a bit rude of me if I was like, oh, I'm not going to be socialising, I'm just going to randomly go off for an hour to stream. But Basic Instinct wasn't that, wasn't Showgirls. Again, maybe I am just going mad and thinking of something that he didn't even make. Yeah, I legit don't know then what I'm thinking of. It's probably, like I said, I'm probably just thinking of where Cameron did the Terminator. It's probably because of like the RoboCop and Terminator game and that. My brain is probably lumping them all in together. The only problem with this game when you're talking is you have to read text, and then that throws me off a bit. Okay, Rajiv, I was saying that, no, I think you're right. I was like saying I think the problem is where, because... No, I was just having a look, and I reckon it's because of, like, James Cameron doing, like, the Terminator and that. But then, there's obviously the Terminator and RoboCop game done by the same developers. I think it's throwing my brain off for that reason. Like, you know, where I'm thinking there must have been a really big other famous Verhoeven film, and there isn't. Like I said, I know there's, like saying Basic Instinct and all those, but, like I said, it's just one of those things where I think in my brain I was thinking he did, like, 3 really famous films, even though he's kind of done... Like I said, Total Recall's really good as well, but that wasn't what I was thinking of. Oh, this is like Schedule 1 as well, where if you get to the end of the day, you can just get everything done at the end of the day, and you don't have to worry about it, like putting the tapes away and that. So you don't have to be, like, stressed and rushed with it, like, oh, there's customers coming in. Because that's the only thing I don't like in some of these games. Where, like, yeah, because in some of these games you have the thing where the clock is constantly ticking. If you have a massive backlog of, like, things you need to do for the next day, you end up kind of getting stuck in that thing where you're, like, trying to clear up trash or whatever. Some of the tapes have a gas mask on, but I can't remember if I've got one. Oh, there's one, look. What's the inspect object? Review score. Oh, this film's only got a, it's a GP5, there's randomly a strap on the back. Yeah, again, like I said, the thing with Verhoeven's film is, like, they're really violent and that, aren't they? But it doesn't mean that there's not a, like, you know, not a message behind them or whatever. There's a gas mask on that one as well. But, yeah, like I said, Verhoeven I like, because the films are, like, very splattery, over-the-top gory, but I think they are genuinely good films. They're not, like, gory just for the sake of being gory. Like, again, I love the Terrifier films, but they are basically just designed around being practical splatter effects films. And it's like, one of my friends was going like, oh, I really don't like Terrifier because of, like, violence against, women and all that. But it's like, but supposedly all the women that worked on Terrifier said, like, you know, all the people involved weren't exploitative at all. And again, it's like, with Terrifier, I don't watch it and then go, I want to go and, like, saw a woman, you know, down the middle with, a hacksaw. Like, with Terrifier, it's great just because it's so fucking over the top. But that doesn't mean I'm like, oh, Art the Clown is a great guy. What the longest prosthetic when they shoot RoboCop to pieces? That bit. Right, that's all the tapes returned for today, isn't it? And so in a couple of days in game, oh, there's some tapes to pick up. Oh yeah, I forgot I got all these. Whoops. Radioactive bath. Oh yes. So what's this? Movie action. Okay. Alright, yeah. Because I know they were saying the prosthetic for Joker's face in 89. And again, that's one of the things I really like in 89 Batman, is the fact that Jack Nicholson always has the prosthetic face on. So he's always got that, like, stupid smile out throughout the film, you know. And then again, there's scenes in it where, like, obviously he's meant to be pulling various expressions, but it's always kind of tainted with that smile. Where the problem is, if you were just saying to him as an actor, like, oh, you have to smile, like, non-stop in all the scenes you're in, it wouldn't have worked the same way. I did notice on the 4K version of 89 Batman, there are a couple of bits where you can see the lines on the prosthetic and that, but again, that's kind of one of the things I like and dislike about the, like, really high quality Blu-ray releases, is you can sometimes see, like, bits of the wig makeup and stuff like that. Was that just so he could use his legs, Ritual, so they didn't need to, Alright, the only problem, Rajiv, with Batman 89 in 4K is they fucked up the colour balance on it. So, basically, like lots of other Blu-rays, they're like, oh, it's a Blu-ray, we need to taint the film blue. But the annoying thing is, some of the scenes in it, or like half the scenes, are coloured really well. But then some of the scenes are like, just stupidly like teal and blue, where they've got like a colour filter put on them. And again, the problem is that with lots of film studios now, seems to be like, they base the colour palette, if they're changing the colour palette around, on a couple of scenes, and they don't do it scene by scene like you have to. Oh, there's a Wally looking robot. Or is that Wally, or what's the name of that? That's not Wally, is it? I'm trying to remember the name of it. The one... I can't remember the name of that. Short Circuit, is it? I can't remember. Yeah, again, the problem is I don't think they got somebody like Arrow to do it, so they ended up getting, yeah, a studio, like I said. Because again, what's annoying with the 4K version of Batman is, like I'm saying, some of the scenes are coloured really well. So it's not like they just applied this stupid filter to every single scene, but there's certainly some scenes where it should not be there. Like I say, and even if it looked good in a couple of scenes, I don't know why they've done what they did. But I think it's probably just laziness, isn't it? Because one of my friends said the Blu-ray release of Lord of the Rings is awful like that, where it's got just an awful, like, blue tint over everything. And I know there's other films where they've got, like, a stupid coloured tint over them, which wasn't on the original thing. Right, let's get my... Luckily I don't pay the staff by the hour, you pay them for a full day here. Again, time doesn't start properly until I actually, You see, that's the only problem with this game, if you're streaming it, is although it's, in theory, quite an easy game, because I have to, like, look at the genres and that, to put them on the right racks. Oh no, there's somebody ringing. It means sometimes I'm getting a bit confused with what I'm doing. Any chance you can hold the teacher love affair for me? Sure, I will reserve you the teacher love affair. Even though it has a guy that looks like he's a fucking horror movie like face. Okay, so this one is drama movie. Drama. 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 Action. 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 I know you can do it by the colour of the boxes, but like some of the blue and grey ones look quite similar to me. Like the horror ones that are red are quite easy to see the difference with. But I normally try and like do the bulk of the films of the same type at once. I can just do like horror, sci-fi like this one sort of thing. Oh, that's a reserved one, okay. Okay, so that's regular sci-fi. The copies of Xenocat I need to put on here. Because, they came for the Marine. Horror. Again, you don't have to put the tapes all as one genre, but I don't know if it means you end up getting more customers rent more films if you do them like this. And it just looks nicer when you put them away. Johnny 5 was a robot in Short Circuit. Thank you, Rich. Does that look like Johnny 5, or does it look a bit off? Because I don't know if it's to avoid. I'm just going to look up Johnny 5 now. I'm just wondering if to avoid copyright they changed the thing a bit. How would I put the game on the CV? Well, I worked in a video cassette store. Prove I didn't. Because you can't check with Blockbuster now because they're defunct. Johnny 5. So, yeah, he's got, looking at this... No, I want the proper Johnny 5, not like one from some weird fan film. Apparently this is a movie accurate model of Johnny 5, so... Oh yeah, it's down there, the camera. So looking at this, he's got like the tracks, the chest circuit thing looks a bit different, but the face is pretty much identical. So, and the hands are pretty similar, so yeah, they've only really changed his torso. It's £400 apparently for that replica. I wouldn't pay that, but you know, some people like models like that. Oh, I've still got tapes to put away. Look. Again, some of these games really feel like a chore, so I can understand why some people hate games like this. But I find they're personally quite good if I want to just... Somebody broke the tape! Instead of Rain Man, it's Rain Woman. Charlie Baby. Right, I'm still... Yeah, I'm not level 8 yet, so I can't... what do you call it? Right, let's open up the shop. She better not go to the toilet at an inconvenient time again. Yeah, so some of the tapes are obviously just like ones where they put random names on them. But like, yeah, so Colour Violet's obviously meant to be Colour Purple, isn't it? Xenocat is obviously Alien, because the feline will hear you scream. Yeah, and like I said, Colour Violet is... Oh, is that not a new release anymore? Is Xenocat expired from the new releases? Oh no, hang on. Let's just line them up here then. I'm still going to keep that thing there for now. What's this guy want? Eugene, my name was on the reservation list for the movie The Teacher Love Affair. Yeah, you look like the sort of man who would enjoy The Teacher Love Affair, mate. Oh. I'm just going to silently judge all these customers. Yeah, that would be a good mod. Obviously, like, the actual game developers can't do that for copyright. But yeah, I imagine you could mod it very easily to have all these just be real films. And then, for all of these kind of ones, you could just go through all of, like, Red Letter Media's Wheel of the Worst kind of things for all of the shitty VHS tapes on there. Oh, I did notice this game has tit jiggle physics in it as well. We'll see when that woman moves. So, look, there we go. I think this game needs to be cancelled because it's blatantly sexist. I am 32, I think, Jamal. Am I 32? I was born in 1993. I'm pretty sure I'm 32. When you get to my age, you start forgetting how bloody old you are. Late tape? My God, man. Reserved? Okay. I'm assuming you can't get more than 6 reserved films at once. Because I've never seen it, like, you know, overflow that rack. Right. So these are horrors. Oh, phone's ringing. Why would I be 27? Alright, reserve the movie 2 Wheels, 1 Uncle. That sounds a dirty film. Again, when the porno man turns up, I'm going to buy a load of pornos from him. But, I should say, in this game, not real life. I don't know. That's Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and I don't know. I don't think anyone knows. Bastard who didn't rewind a tape there. I have people either say I look really old or look really young. I don't have people say you look like your age. I did get ID'd not too long ago though, even when I hadn't shaved. and I was ID'd by like a kid that looked like he was barely 18 himself. So I thought it was kind of funny, but it was also like, you know, he was probably just doing his job, but you know. And again, I don't really mind, because again, like, if you've got ID on you, you might as well show it if you're being asked, and not be a coward and make a scene. But I just found that funny that, like, you know, older people never fucking ID me now. But like this like, you know, like what's the bum fluff kind of thing, where, you know, they've got, like, they're trying to grow facial hair but they can't do it. My name was on the rosation for the movie The Neon Templar Viper. I did once, that was one, the asshole. I did once ID somebody when I worked at Argos that turned out to be, like, in his 40s. Right, Devon? Yeah, not much. I'm playing some game where it's meant to be like you work in Blockbuster Video. The client is asking to see the manager. Oh, we've got a dickhead, hello. Last movie I returned was bad anyways. Who cares, it's broken now. No, you're getting charged. Never rent in here again, then fuck off. Yeah, you cunt. Shame I can't kill these people and make snuff movies in the back with them. Oh, somebody's think writing stuff. Yeah, you can reserve a tape. I wonder if they're speaking in, like, Simlish, or if that's a real language. Right, I hope these tapes didn't get broken by the cunt that threw them on the floor. Yeah, that's fine, Jim. I was just sort of saying that, like, you know, that, but like saying this guy, like, the reason I found it funny was, like, you know, he looked like he was, you know, like he'd just turned 18 or whatever, and then, you know, like, had the very sporadic facial hair, and then I just found it funny that was like somebody going, "Can I see your ID, please?" But like I said, he was just doing his job. I can't fault him on that. Again, I don't like customers that make a bullshit, because like I said, I once ID'd a guy who looked really young, and he turned out to be like the late 30s, early 40s on his ID. But, you know, in a lot of shops, you can get really fucking done if you don't ID somebody and they turn out to be under 18, because they, like, send people in on purpose as plants to do that. So, like, this guy, you know, like, I think it was because he was just dressed in tracksuits as well, or if he was dressed in, like, you know, what you'd think, you know. I reserved the movie The Invasive Comedian. That sounds a bit dirty. The Invasive Comedian. There you go.
Ooh.
Far Cry 4 I never finished, actually. I'm saying about that. Far Cry 5 I finished. The expansion for 5. Far Cry 3 I finished. You reserved the movie Xenocat. There you go, then.
Oh.
Great choice. You're the one who reserved it, mate. Yeah, I absolutely hate working on the tills. In this game, you only have to put up a couple of Karens, but, like, that was the thing. When I worked retail, you'd get, like, any of your co-workers that were, like, any shade of black or brown would get fucking racist abuse from cunts. You'd have the Karens always having a go at you because they didn't know what they were asking for. Let me just give this guy his movie. The Infection Walks Alone. Oh, look, it's got a gas mask on it.
Oh.
But yeah, so I'll just pause this to say. So yeah, the customer that really pissed me off was at Argos. I've told this story before, but I had this, like, old bint come to the counter, and she goes, "Oh, I'm after one of those Apple things for my daughter." I said, "Oh, do you mean like a Mac or an iPad?" "One of the Apple things, you know, the Apple things." I said, "Oh, they do iPods, they do iPads, they do Macs." I was like, "They're all different things, so do you know which one you'd want?" "Do you not have any training? I said to you, I want one of those Apple things." And she was just getting fucking irate. And then she wanted to see the manager, and then she spent like an hour whinging at the manager. I think it was at least a decent manager that did deal with the Karens, because we had some that would just shove them onto another co-worker, and then you'd get even more abuse. Yeah, again, you'd still get a bit in these places, but they were generally like the down and out type people, Rajiv, that were you know, like, the people that were fucking losers, in all honesty. I don't think they had anything to lose, these sort of people, by being dicks. Yeah, well, the funny thing is, Rajiv, I mean, that's not funny, right? But I keep saying to people, if I'm going to make any kind of thing, like, the joke, that if Like, if I'm going to be racist, I want to at least use the proper derogatory terms to the right people. Otherwise, I'm feeling I'm being uneducated. Obviously, I don't, but it's just one of those things I always say to my friends. I'm like, that's the wrong racist term you're using there. 2 wheels, 1 uncle. That's what you reserved. It's like, you should know you should know what stereotype has. Yeah, exactly. Again, there's words I can't see on YouTube because it will get clipped and I'll get a strike. But exactly, like, they should know the difference between people from certain things if they're going to be racist. Gary! Sorry, wrong number. Gary! Again, Jamal, that's good if the store actually did it, 'cause the problem we had is where officially they said they never would, you know, tolerate racism and all that. But you'd have some customers that would just, you know, call, like, gay people horrible slurs, you know, various slurs for different groups, and, like, you know, the managers would just let the staff get all the shit because they were like, oh, it's not my problem to deal with, and, like, they might come back and spend some money if we, like, let them just have a rant at you. Whereas a good manager, when we had good managers, basically just told them, like, you're a disgusting piece of shit, fuck off, basically, to those sort of people. Oh, is it the day finished? I don't know. Oh, that's a reserved film. Better put on the shelf. Somebody broke a tape! They get charged like $20 or $30 if they break a tape. Reserved. Okay. Ah, right, Manchester. Yeah. Right, but like I said, that's the thing with retail. If you have a good manager, like, they stand up for the staff, but the problem is in some places, some managers will throw the staff under the bus just to, like, make it easier for themselves to deal with a problem customer. And then they can say, if that customer then complains, like, oh, it was this member of staff that fucked up, not me. But yeah, like I said, what was really good at one point is we had, I think she was Bangladeshi, but she was really good, as in, like, you know, like, if customers were getting abused, she would just, like, come out and deal with it, because she knew, like, some of the, depending on which groups were doing it to which people, she'd, like, be like, no, I'm dealing with that. Ah, yeah, that's the thing. If you've got big security guys, because this is another thing, right? If you've got, like, big security guys, it's kind of their job to step in, isn't it? The problem at Argos we used to have, was you'd get people rob the store. You were told that you were meant to intervene if you saw one shoplifting, but they also had the same policy of, like, oh, don't put yourself in harm's way. So no matter what you did, you could get fucked over for it. You know, like, either a customer would make a scene even if they were nicking something, or you might step in and get, like, clocked in the face. That happened, like, again, which is why it was good when we had, like, the burliest blokes that worked there on the till, because people were less likely to do it. Yeah, I'm trying to think. When I was in school, there was probably a bit of racism, but it wasn't too bad. Like, some of the worst racist stuff I heard was from certain, like, say, certain, like, groups compared to others, you know, if that makes sense. Like, where, you know, it wasn't YT being racist to everyone, but like I said, racism is bad, whoever's doing it to whoever, because I'm not one of those people that goes like, oh, one group can't be racist to others, because, again, you even get things, don't you, like, where in Africa you'll get, like, people that are black who don't like each other because they're from a different, like, tribal background or whatever. So, like I said, I don't think it's good whoever's doing it, but, you know, like I said, there was probably a bit when I was in school, but I think in our area it wasn't probably too bad. Again, we had that, again, I can't repeat what it was, Rajiv, but again, an Arab guy and one of the black guys at work used to be fucking racist non-stop to each other, but they knew it was a laugh, you know, and they knew they weren't pushing it. But, and we also had one of the black guys was racist to another black guy. Well, they did it back and forth, like, based on, like, stereotypes of, like, where they were from. Yeah, again, I don't think that's good, Jamal, because, again, like saying, the problem is, like, I think multiculturalism works to a degree if everybody kind of integrates. But, yeah, when it becomes more segregated or ghettoised, that's when you get problems, because then people don't really get to know each other and it becomes a very us versus them problem. Like I said, it's just one of those things where that's why, like, you know, again, I'm probably considered, like, you know, far right by a lot of politicians we get over in here, but I don't personally think I am at all. Oh, this isn't that. All right, I'm going to sell that snack shelf off now. So it's that V I want to do, and then pick it up, and then sell object. I got $75 back for it, not too bad. Can I squeeze another shelf in there? Oh look, that's definitely not woody, is it? Oh, we're on Tuesday, right. So, the dodgy tape dealer will be out the back. The tape dealer. Yeah, again, like I said, I think how multiculturalism's been done in the UK has, like, failed quite badly. But like I said, I don't think that's a problem necessarily in other places in the world. And again, it's like my mate was saying, where he lives, in like his area, it's quite multicultural. But he was saying the problem is, and like multicultural as in you get people of different races, you know, quite happily living near each other. But he was saying the problem is, like, he was like, you go about 20 miles west of where he is, you said you've got like really segregated groups and nobody ever fucking integrates. You know, and he's like, that will cause a lot more racism than when you actually just get to know people who are different religions and that and whatever. Because it becomes a very us versus them thing. Oh, Devon, I can't see your comment either if you said something, because Rajiv's replying to you but didn't show up to me. It's probably because of, yeah, if YouTube's hidden it. Right, I wanted to get another shelving rack, didn't I? I might as well buy the thin one, 6 rows, because then I can buy that fit the most amount of tapes on it. Right, I want to do the thing, so let's give it a classic wood look, give it classic blockbuster wood look, there we go. Have I got tapes to sort out before the day starts? Just save the game again, let's do a little quick save. Yeah. At some point I can hire a second member of staff to rewind the tapes for me. Fuck's sake, they didn't rewind the bloody tape. Yeah, Devon, if your comments disappeared, I don't know, because normally with YouTube, again, the easiest way to see it on this, Devon, is if your comment shows up on that little box I can see there, roughly where I'm pointing, you know the comment's gone through, because it's actually showing up on my screen. The problem is that YouTube has, like, their own banned list of words, where it doesn't matter what you say or whatever, if that's on YouTube's list, the comment just gets, like, memory hold, essentially. It's like a shadow ban thing they do. Because what I do myself is if I make a comment on the video that, like, I want other people to read, but I don't know if it's gone through properly, I go into an incognito window and open the video back up, and I can see if my comment's showing up or not. Yeah, again, it doesn't matter if you said anything bad. YouTube's got a list of banned words that aren't even bad things. From what we can tell, anyway. Like, there's people who've asked me before if, like, something's safe or not, like, in regards to gas mask filters, and YouTube just keeps blocking it. And, like, sometimes people could type asbestos in, and sometimes they couldn't, so it wasn't even like asbestos as a banned word. Yeah, videotapes. Yeah, VHS. Again, although VHS has always been the name, hasn't it? It's like, yeah, we just call them videotapes or tapes or cassettes or whatever. Alright, drama shelf for these. Oh, somebody's ringing the bloody phone.
Hey,
Can you reserve the film The Colour Violet for me? I'm going to reserve the fancy box one, and they can pay a bit more to rent it. Only reserve... Oh, they've not reserved that copy of it. Fuck's sake. I can only place the ones that they've chosen to reserve. Okay. Right, they're all drama films. Right, drama. Again, that's just my overflow shelf, but it doesn't necessarily have to be all drama, that's why it looks different. It's just my one for quickly sticking tapes on. Oh, these weren't new releases anymore, were they? So I can put them all just on here. Oh, let's buy some more romance tapes to go on that romance shelf. Yeah, again, like I said, that's a problem. Because with YouTube shadow banning things, as far as I'm aware, it's just like they've got certain words that are outright banned. Oh, look, there's one of my guys sitting on somebody's head there. Beggar on top of the world. We're not going to buy that one. Scary couch flick. Yeah, let's buy that. And let's just buy the stacks of random movies. Oh, we've got a full reserve rack. Right, I might, in front of the counter, buy a couple of more just like generic storage racks. So let's buy 2 standards, which cost me a lot of money, but again, means I can just be faster at putting the tapes away. And then let's set these up. Oh, they have to be that far away, do they? So I can have them there. Even though in real life that would be a really bad place to put something, so somebody can just go through the door and nick it, really like that. Which we had in Argos a lot when we had a stupid manager put loads of fucking jewellery out right next to the door. The last game I ever rented was Oddworld Stranger's Wrath on the original Xbox from Blockbuster. Never quite completed it, got about 3/4 of the way through the game. But then I bought it when it came down in like sale price. Right, so it doesn't annoy me like in an OCD way. Let's edit some of these shelves. So I want to do B. So let's make that look like... Oh, the new releases one has to look different. Okay. Let's just do that. So yeah, the new releases one doesn't look like the other shelves. Right, let's put this one in line with these. Oh, there we go. Also, I've got a privacy barrier now, so the customers can't look at me. Probably the... Well, again, most radioactive thing full stop I've got, even though it's not technically radioactive in itself, is the Chinese X-ray camera thing. Because that is a thing that, you know, is quite radioactive when it's turned on, but X-ray tubes aren't radioactive at all when they're not powered on, because of how they work. Then it's probably one of my americinium sources, to be honest. Because again... But it's not... The weird thing of americinium, obviously, is because it's nearly completely an alpha emitter with a little bit of gamma, it's not that scary unless it gets inside you. So it's one of those weird kind of things where if you put it in an open-air ionization chamber, it's really scary. But otherwise, it's really, really low readings, and you don't even have to worry about it. You know, unless you've got cuts on your hand, you can handle it with your, like, raw hands and without gloves, and it's not even a threat. Fistful of Dynamite. I don't think I've actually seen that. That's like... Is that a Japanese Western? Or am I completely wrong thinking that? I think I vaguely know the cover. Yeah, you need to read it in with alpha radioactive Pripyat, because the AM241 is like a really, really strong alpha emitter and gives off a tiny bit of gamma. So on a counter that does like beta X-rays and gamma, you're only getting the tiny bit of gamma, which is like less than 1% or something of its total readout. Marrying my machine, eh? Sounds dirty. A killer tomb in our home. Yeah, why not? Oh, I've run out of space on that drama shelf. I suppose I can make this way overflow drama shelf. The depressed sorcerer. How can a sorcerer be depressed? He can just conjure up anything he wants. Oh, it was actually Sergio Lolo. Oh, Secrets of the Forbidden Virus, and there's a gas mask on it. So it's like Indiana Jones kind of guy looking for a gas mask. Alright, have I got room on my action shelf? Just about. Full Throttle Bird. That's a horror book film, apparently. The spell room in Tim's room. Right. I am finally ready to open the store again. There we go. So, we have all this space for the new tapes when they come in. Oh, did I put all of my tapes away in the back room? Yes, that's interesting. I didn't know it was actually a proper Leone one. I'll have to watch it at some point. Again, but like I suppose because Leone is famous, isn't he, for things like the Dollars trilogy and Once Upon a Time in the West. I can understand, yeah, even if it was an alright film by its own merit, why like it wouldn't be as popular, you know, if that makes sense. The Lightkeeper's Diver. Oh, on the drama shelf it goes. Alright, what do you want? I reserved a copy of the movie The Colour Violet. Do you have it for me? No. Yeah, I do. It's here. I am tired. She's sleeping on the job. What's this? Mount Dew. $3 redos. How can she be sleeping on the job? Mount Dew, $12.
Oh.
I'm here to pick up the movie Synthetic Cookie. Are you indeed?
Oh.
Do I have to talk to her to get her working again? Wake up. Yeah. Stupid bint. You're going to be replaced by a self-service checkout if you're not careful. That's just a mixed overflow shelf, isn't it, as well there, so just reorganise those. This place is a rip-off. Oh, they threw my cassettes on the floor. Alright, like I said, I need a back room in this building where we can take the people, if they're abusive to the staff, and then we film cutting them up, and then we can sell our special snuff films to our special customers. Yeah, we had an old VHS cleaning tape that was meant to reduce the amount of tracking on your thing. I don't know if we ever had one of those DVD cleaners. My dad has a CD cleaner thing somewhere he now and again uses for his old CD player. The Swimmer Bombers.
Oh.
I've heard good things about this one, while you were the one who chose to rent it, weren't you, mate? Right, okay, so let's put Xenocat back.
Oh.
Annoyingly, I can't put a shelf here because it like says it blocks it off because of that angle. Oh, they're gonna hang the milk carton. Milk carton of death row, or milk carton on death row. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. There's also one, wasn't there, like Disc Doctor, which had like a crank on it, where I never had one, but like you put the disc in. Actually, we might have had one of those. Not an official Disc Doctor one, but a knockoff JML one, whatever the brand was called. I have the movie No Cup on the Farm reserved.
Ooh.
This movie looks great. Well, you're the one that chose to reserve it. I get it when like they're like, oh, can you suggest me a film? And then like you suggest a film, they're like, oh, that looks great. But they've chosen to... Computers between our hearts. I'm just thinking of the SkyCorp home thing about self-aware computer, where it's like, I'm going to accuse you of being a pedo, and then like, you know, send things to your family members. Right, Right, Xenocat. Let's just put the rows even. I know I could have all the Xenocats on one shelf, but that's too much effort. Especially because the customers disorganised the shelves. Did I put all the tapes away that were in the back room? Yeah. Oh, I've got a customer who wants something. I reserved the movie Waitress in Detention. That sounds dirty.
Oh.
I don't want the tape to be stuck to the case when you come back, mate. Careful, Rajiv. I don't think you're allowed to encourage people to do anything like that. If you, just to be safe, Rajiv, can you delete your own comment where you said that, or, like, redact it? Just because I know YouTube gets really fucking funny about that, to the point that they could give me a strike. That's why Mike originally got banned from AdSense. Sadly, you don't have any games in this, it's just VHS tapes, but it's meant to be, like, a blockbuster thing. Again, like, games like this I think are just quite fun for just having on and chatting with people. Especially ones like this where there's some quite self-aware humour in it. I reserved the movie The Teddy Bear Knocking at Midnight. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that, Rajiv. It's just, yeah, you almost, in a way, can't talk about them. Oh, that's a reserve tape. If you're a video person or a mod. Yeah, again, I know you're trying to be helpful, it's just you have to be really careful with stuff like that, because, like I said, YouTube can see it as you trying to fuck with their advertisers. What was that doo-doo noise? Oh, somebody returning tapes, was it? Oh, the dirty man might be outside the back of my shop in a minute. We'll see what he has for sale. I think, personally, the customers should face a fine for not rewinding their tapes. Yeah, play Papers, Please. Again, that's a good game, but I'd struggle to play that on stream without getting distracted. Because you have to read, like, their passports and that quite quickly, don't you? Alright, let's see what the dodgy, dirty man out the back wants. Right, what's he got for sale? Come have a look at tonight's selection. Should we just buy everything? The Sinful Treasure, horror old. Gas Mask Between Our Hearts. That looks like a good film, look. I'd watch that. King Peeping Through the Keyhole, horror old. Oh, an adult. The Marine Visits the Brothel. Adult, yes. And Naughty Dwarf, adult. Right, I'm buying his complete selection of tapes. These look good. Right. Do I need to put the special films on a special shelf? Oh, hang on. Hello. Colour Violet. Yeah, look, we've got one copy left. Why didn't you just go and get off the shelf, stupid bin? Right, okay. I should have given her this one. I've done not proper fencing. I've done smacking people around with a bokken, while they try and smack you with a bokken kind of thing. But I've never done. Oh, it actually does say adult on it now. I wonder if the gas mask thing is just because it knows a bit about you through, like, data mining your PC, or if that's just a pure coincidence. Right, okay. Oh, there's still tapes to rewind. Alright, play CSZ. Anyone? Hello? What? Oh, it was, again, it was an ACH. That's why it was called Advanced Combat Helmet. It was an ACH. That's why the video is called that. You know, like, again, PASCA is a different helmet, ACH is a specific helmet, ECH is a different helmet. So the Advanced Combat Helmet, ACH, is its own specific thing. It's the American helmet that's sort of being phased out for the ECH now. But, like I said, the ACH, if I remember right, replaced the Pascut, and then the ECH is now replacing the ACH. But like I said, American helmet's quite hard to get here, so I was just able to borrow it from Andy to do that video on it. Oh, reserved. Oh, rewind the bloody tape again. Yeah, also the problem is I always worry with stuff like that, Devon, that you're going to spend a load of money on something, then the government is overnight going to say, again, they could even just do this with swords though, couldn't they? Oh, we're making this illegal now, so you don't get any money back for it, that's your money gone. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha, right-wing fuggery. Yeah, you're thinking of the Pascut. That's the Pascut, P-A-S-G-D, GT. So the Pascut is, because again, like, the modern, again, I don't actually have a Pascut, but, I've got a Pascut vest, but not a Pascut helmet. I have got, like, a British copy of a Pascut somewhere that the armed police used. But yeah, it's the one that uses the general shape of a German Stau helmet. It's made of Kevlar. The British helmets, to be honest, for me, remind me more of the Starship Trooper helmets, the Mark 6 helmets, because they're a bit more bowl-like. Oh, what, to America? Trump can goes, where's the ships? I don't want the ships anyway, why didn't you send the ships? Oh my god, where are my ships? Or is that like the brave little toaster, but the toaster graveyard? Oh, Angela Rayner, yes, she's been complaining, hasn't she, about Starmer losing with the party. Yes, like we said, the thing is, I know they predate Moustache Man's Germany, but everything about the fashion of worst Germany was aesthetically pleasing. Like, they were horrible, horrible people, but they had fucking good uniforms. Oh my god, I've got this game, it's called Silent Hunter, where you have to see things in the Strait of Hormuz. Did you see his quote the other day where he said something like, oh, I knew they might block the straits, we planned on that, but then I didn't think they'd do it because they're like smart people and are playing chess. Yeah, Hugo Boss, exactly, yeah. Right, let's sell that little drama shelf now, because I don't like the fact that's smaller than the other ones. I still get 30 cents. I'm assuming you get like half the price back for those shelves, which isn't too bad. Are there any new releases I need to buy? That's got only 4 days left, so let's just buy 2 of them. At least the tapes come instantly, you don't have to wait for them to, oh, shit. I don't know if that damages them if you do that. Like, because the tapes eventually break, so like I said, I don't know if, oh, screw it, I'm going to make all the shelves look the same, because otherwise it's going to annoy me. Even though I said it wouldn't. There we go. Oh, I can change the colour of the carpet. Okay, so I can have like a... That's going to hurt my eyes, even though I kind of like it. Oh, that's really going to hurt my eyes. Oh, that's too blue. Is there just kind of a aesthetically pleasing blue? That's kind of alright. Yeah, that's not too bad. But, yeah. Yeah, again, like I said, a lot of Trump's base is really unhappy with this thing because he said no more. Again, like I said, the Iran thing is really kind of, for me, it's like the Iranian regime is awful, right? They murder so many innocent people per year. So I have no sympathy for the Ayatollah and that getting blown up. But it doesn't seem to me like they had a proper plan going into this. The logic was they blow up a load of their missile sites and top leadership, and then suddenly in a couple of days the war will end. So, like I said, that's the problem with this whole Iran thing for me, is that, let's just buy some horror films, because I like horror films. Captain Ghost Story. Yeah, again, I saw all that about that guy, and like I said, his wife died because of Iran or something, didn't she, as well? So he has, like, enough reason possible to not like Iran. But yeah, like I said, the problem is, I don't kind of like talking too much about this stuff on YouTube. Like I said, I know I do talk sometimes about Iran and all that. It's just, the problem is, I find sometimes when you get, can someone answer you what player CSS at Z? Ask your question again and see if YouTube hides it or not. Again, I already answered that question, if that's the one you're on about, Rajiv. Because I already said, the ACH is literally an ACH. It's, the Advanced Combat Helmet is the Advanced Combat Helmet, for the person asking that, like I said. It's not got another name, because that's what it is. Let me just show you. The point of this game, I think it's just one where you get a bigger and bigger blockbuster. Most of these games don't really have an end game classified official. They're just like the sort of games you play now and again for mundane, you know. Like, again, one of my friends that absolutely hates retail non-stop plays, like, retail store simulating games. I don't know why. But like I said, I kind of like this one because it's a nostalgia blockbuster. But, so yeah, let me get a picture up of the ACH helmet just for the person who was on about it. There you go, look. Advanced Combat Helmet. So yeah, the ACH is an ACH. It's an Advanced Combat Helmet for the person asking. It's very similar to a Pasca, but it's not a Pasca. Because again, like I said, the Americans, like I said, it was just one of the helmets they had over the years. Right, so... Well, also, Germany was wasting loads of money on the Holocaust at the end of the war, rather than fighting the war. Because, again, to me, it seems absolutely insane that... Again, it's because that's the thing with, like, evil ideological regimes, is that they spent so much money exterminating what they considered, you know, like, subhumans, Untermenschen. That was, like, money they could have been using to fight the war, but they were spending resources on just genociding people. And as they were losing the war faster, they actually spent more money on the Holocaust because they wanted to kill as many people as they deemed subhuman as possible. So that's like one of the really kind of horrible things about Nazi Germany, but in some ways good, was that, yeah, they were really, really stupid when it came to strategy because they put their ideology first of, you know, the master race and all this bullshit. I like Euro Truck Simulator, yeah. Never played, not really played much Goat Simulator, and the other one I don't even know anything about. Oh, we can get the popcorn machine now. But Euro Truck I liked. I always liked listening to Coast to Coast, you know, the American thing, radio thing while playing Euro Truck. So I was listening to like the Art Bell stuff and that, talking about aliens while driving a truck. Yeah, again, it's like when Germany went into most of Eastern Europe, they liberated those countries from the Soviets. These people absolutely hated the Soviets because they'd been oppressed by the Soviets. And then they basically said to them, oh, now we're going to oppress you instead, even though they had people that would have been, like, willing to fight for them because they were seen as liberating them. But no, you know, Mastermind Adolf, these are Untermenschen, we must waste all our time and effort on, you know, punishing them. Is it stations? Yeah. Popcorn. Only $50 to repair the popcorn machine. What a bargain. Right. I wonder if they can never break those machines. Yeah, so we've got a popcorn machine now. Okay, my cashier can deal with that. Oh, I've got somebody phoning. Oh, what's this? I'm really not feeling great today. I should probably go home for the day. Okay, see you tomorrow. Better not have to pay them if they're ill. I'm going to hire somebody else. Hello, I just watched Astrogolf Show 3000. It's so good, I need to know. Is there going to be a sequel? Please say yes. No. Right, can I hire somebody else? Applicants. Hire. Never falls asleep at work. But he's slow on the checkout. Let's get Adam. Oh no, I'm gonna have to deal with all the customers myself. Jumbo. Maybe I could fire this woman. How I not fire her while she's not here? That's annoying. So I'm gonna have to just man the counter by myself. Yeah, the soundtrack is really good to Payday 2. Some of it's quite John Carpentry as well. Right, I might as well put these 3 drama tapes here. Right, unfortunately today I have no member of staff in, so I am going to have to do this entire job myself. After this day at the office, I'm going to stop streaming because I do need to sort some stuff out a bit later. Rewinding the tape, oh my god! Yeah, also, fascism wasn't really hated because it was seen as less dangerous than communism. But the problem was, like I said, with the Germans, is that they basically kept fucking about with, like, neutrality pacts that other countries had. Hence why, like, even though Poland didn't end up being liberated after World War II, because they were just occupied by the Soviets instead. That's why, you know, it was like one of those weird things that we got pulled into the war to help Poland, but in the end, Poland ended up being occupied by the Soviets. But, again, like with World War One, everybody got pulled into the war because of, like, alliances signed with other countries, not because of, necessarily, like, good ideologies. Right, my hands are full. Right, what other sci-fi films are that one? That one. Let's just put these all on here then. Just because I'm too lazy to, I'm not got member of staff in to put those away myself. Yeah, World War One was awful because there wasn't really a good guy or a bad guy in World War One. Like, again, like Germany wasn't actually a bad country in it. You know, it was just one of those ones that everybody got pulled in because of conflicting alliances, and then loads of people died essentially for nothing. It was an empire's dick waving thing. So it destroyed nearly all the European empires for like nothing essentially, because it was just a case of like, oh, my royal family is better than your royal family. That's not the scanning I had to pay attention to. Right, let's open this shop up for the day. And then, I don't have a cashier in, so I'm going to get annoyed. Napoleonic Wars sort of a bit, because, again, Napoleon was fucking around with most of Europe and wanted to cut us off from, like, trade routes. 1812, US tried to invade Canada, so we had to sort of help Canada with that one. But yeah, I do agree with you that, like, it's one of those things where, in general, I don't like the idea of invading other countries and doing bad things to other countries, you know. I like the idea of nations existing as their own nations, and then you can trade with them, or, like, not trade with them, but, you know, not really try and regime change them or anything else. Yeah, exactly, because Wilhelm and Nicholas were cousins with King George, weren't they? But again, it's just the stupid sort of thing that, you know, we all got pulled into it, and it was, yeah, like a family spat, if you like, in a way. And everybody killed each other, and then, what do you want? Sure, if I've got it there, you can rent it. The customer rent, oh, it's due date. I'm not going to, wow. I'm going to cancel the fee because I can't be bothered to deal with Karens myself today. Oh no, somebody's ringing the phone. Oh, somebody wants to donate random VHS tapes to me. I hope they're not snuff films. Or Epstein type films, but who knows. Like, I'm not a nice video proprietor in this game. I'll just take, if somebody wants to donate those sort of films to me, then they can donate them. Oh, she's getting Naughty Dwarf. Dirty little Karen. I rarely have time to watch a movie, but the kids are spending the night at their grandparents'. Can you recommend a good one so I don't waste my precious time? Romance film. Oh, it's Naughty Dwarf's just been checked out. Otherwise she could have had Naughty Dwarf, couldn't she? Any of these romance films meant to be good? The Toaster, moving on. Yeah, rent this one then. A good critic. You really want with a good critic? I don't know if any of these. Oh, there you go. It says good critic.
Oh.
I must say they've got a good barcode scanner here. It's not one where you have to constantly like re-put the thing through. What do you want? I'm not looking for fancy special effects and big budget. A drama movie with a deep story would be nice. I have a soft spot for bad movies. Right, a bad drama movie. Which... The Cupcake Dropout. This says it's a bad film.
Oh.
Great choice. Oh, I just picked out one that said it had the right tags on it. Oh, she wants popcorn. Right, let's figure out how the popcorn machine works. How do I use the popcorn machine? But do I have to pour it all out and then scoop it up? Okay, yeah.
Hey.
Don't even ask you, I'll let you off, you stupid bin. Right. 12.50. $5 dues. I'll try and read the comments in a minute. Like, problem now I've not got a member of staff helping me in this game. It's really bad for trying to read the comments because it's like, oh, I want this, I want that, or the carrots. Oh, what's Wally want? Walter. I was a big comic book nerd growing up. Do you have a superhero action movie to recommend? Yeah, I've got one called Wally Gets Fucked. Yeah, this one looks alright.
Ooh.
Great choice. Yeah, I've heard the BBC's doing a load more stuff, yeah, to try and force license fees on people. I know Black Belt Barrister's quite good at doing videos on that, so I'd just say, if you've not seen him, watch his videos on it, because he'd know more than me that's going on with that sort of stuff. Like I said, if I lived, you know, on my own, I wouldn't have a... Oh, shit, not getting that much. I wouldn't even have a TV license, because I wouldn't have a TV, I'd just have a monitor, but... Like I said, that's why the BBC is trying to, like, con people into paying it otherwise, isn't it? Because they're like, oh, we're not making enough money because we do a shit service. So let's, Oh, the phone's ringing. Looking for Gary. Gary, hoo-hoo, Gary. Oh, you paid the exact right amount. That's good. Oh no, I don't want to give you $5. I want to give you $1. Yeah, so they're not going to have people like Churchill on the notes anymore, are they? I did see somebody suggested Keir Starmer as a worm as one of the notes. I think that would be quite good. Oh, again, somebody paid the exact right amount. Right, I get to close the store fairly soon. Then I can put all the tapes away and end the stream. Because, yeah, it's 5 to 3. Why is the popcorn machine randomly making a noise? I'm surprised this you don't get like little kids trying to buy adult films. You have to be like, no. I've got a reserve copy, but you can just have a regular one. Because you didn't reserve it.
Oh.
No, it's blatantly not about Pokemon cards. It's about renting VHS tapes to people in Blockbusters. Or, yeah, it is a Blockbuster simulator, Kevin. Yes, exactly. You can make it not look like Blockbusters, but as soon as I saw there was a thing to make shitty VHS things, especially because you can buy dodgy porno tapes from a man out the back and then sell them in the store or rent them out. Oh, Karen wants some popcorn for pornos. Well, I mean, it's not technically a porno, is it? But, don't know what she wants with those romance tapes. I did have a member of staff, Kevin, but she decided to call in sick today, so I'm not happy. What's that? This is ridiculous. What's next? A fee for not rewinding? I don't want to pay. Right, I'm going to cancel the fee because I can't be asked to deal with Karens because I can't take him out the back and bludgeon them to death on camera to make my own tapes, which is what I'd want to do with a Karen like that. Amount due, $35 change? Was she paid with a $50 note or something? Yeah, you can. Well, again, autocorrect depends if you're on the phone or whatever. Oh, what's this man want? I've been waiting for the research of Colour Violet. Do you have a copy? Sure, there should be one still here. Yeah, there you go. Ooh. Couldn't look for yourself, could you? Dickhead. Oh, and you've paid the exact right amount of money. That means I don't want to murder you too much. Right, now we can close up. Now I can just rewind the tapes that some dickhead probably didn't rewind. Because he's probably like a Karen customer. Oh no, I can't find this. How could you expect me to find this? Can I speak to your manager? I like the fact that there are Karen customers in this game that are just nightmares. But again, the fact that you can't just murder them is, you know, I think a bit annoying. I'm just going to put all these tapes here because I can't be bothered to sort them myself. Oops. Oh no. That's a sci-fi film on a gnome living on Mars. Have you seen the Skycorp video about the Karen that complains about like the pickle in her food or whatever it is? Your hands are full. Just put that on the mixed one. Can't be bothered to sort them. Just tidy up the shelf. No, I didn't make these films. Some of them are blatantly meant to be like piss takes of other films. Yeah, again, like I said, it's annoying that in the back room I literally can't... Oh, some new tapes. Oh yeah, there's one somebody said, oh, I don't want these tapes. And we're like, oh yeah, sure, I'll have the free tapes. Even though you could have put fucking anything on a VHS tape. So it could be, yeah, again, like an Epstein kind of tape, couldn't it? Peasant on a Plate. That sounds more like it's a film about cannibalism. But yeah, like I was saying, it's like, I think the bad customers, we should be able to take out the back, snuff, and then make our own tapes and sell it to an exclusive clientele. But like I said, I didn't make these tapes, even though now and again it puts a gas mask on them, look. So, clearly, this game knows what I like. Who sent me a message while I'm streaming? I'm going to look at that till I finish streaming. I will finish streaming in a minute. Alright, one tape to return. Then I will save the game quit. A killer tomb in our home. Yeah, that must be nice, having a tomb in your home. Right, I need to go now and sort some shit out. But yeah, this is one of those surprisingly fun kind of games, even though you wouldn't think it would be. The only problem with this when you're streaming is if you're having to listen to what the customers are saying, it's quite hard to multitask that. Whereas, you know, like I said, when it was alright when I had the customer employee person in, but then they called in sick, and then I have to deal with all of myself. Right, okay. Close the door. Oh, I could get some more romance films, I suppose. Is there any other new releases coming out? Oh, Jumbo. Let's order 10 copies of this. Oh yeah, that's the free little stand I got, isn't it? Why can't I pick it up? There we go. So let's just put that on display. So not Rambo, it's called Jumbo. There we go. Yeah, because they're made by people that actually want to make stuff, aren't they? Indie games, not by corporations. Have you seen like the latest thing with the Nvidia DLSS 5, whatever it is, where it's literally like, oh, we're putting a ChatGPT style filter on all your games, and they expect people to like that. Like, again, I can kind of see it being really good for some really old games. But on modern games, it literally looks like somebody's just put a stupid filter on top of the games. And Nvidia's getting really upset. There's been a load of pushback about that. Right, let's close the door then save the game. Start next day. Right, I'm going to save and quit, but... Yeah, like, that's the thing, isn't it? That it's one of those things that for really old games where the graphics, your brain has to fill in most of the details. What's that? The scary cow juice in the cornfield. Calling milk cow juice is a bit of a weird thing, actually. But yeah, it's one of those things. I think it depends on the game, and people are saying because Bethesda games look so soulless like Starfield, it actually makes Starfield look better. But yeah, in a lot of games, it just, you think, why? But yeah, like I said, I saw that Nvidia's now in full damage control, where they're like banning people off of certain Reddits and that, complaining about it. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, like I said, I need to go now, so have a good day, everyone, and I will see you all. Like I said, I don't think I'll be able to stream in the next couple of days, but I'll stream after that again. But I have got videos lined up anyway. So anyway, have a good day, everybody, and I'll see you all